Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for joining me for another episode of Budgeting with Jamie. Today we're going to be looking at my friend from the gym's budget. His name is Brett. Why don't you say hi, Brett?
Hey Jamie, thanks for having me back. I'm so excited to get my debt under control. Can't wait to hear what you're going to teach me.
Thanks for introducing yourself, Brett. I'm glad you're excited to be here. Now let's take a look at what I asked Brett to fill out on my spreadsheet. So with Brett being new to budgeting, I asked him to fill out what is his why. Why does he want a budget? What are his goals? And then what are his financial goals that he wants to achieve this year? Next, I asked him to fill out the assets and liabilities page just so we can see where he's starting. Next, I told him to fill out the goals and budget page. I told him to put in his fixed monthly bills that are payments that he has to make every month and he knows what they are. And then I told him to guesstimate how much he spends on the other expenses like groceries, fuel, dining out, entertainment, those types of things. Finally, I had Brett fill out his monthly transactions so far from the 1st of March through the 15th of March. Then we're going to take a look and see how he did. So Brett, why don't you tell us about your financial goals and why you're doing this?
So Jamie, the reason why I want to do budgeting is that I want to live my life debt free. And I racked up a lot of credit card debt last year, like I said in your last video. You know, I was chasing the ladies and I just kept going out and having fun. And I just kept putting everything on my credit card. Next thing I knew, now I have all this credit card debt and I'm just living paycheck to paycheck and I want to get rid of that. So my first goal, as you can see on this spreadsheet, I want to pay off my credit card debt. And then I want to be able to go see my parents in Kansas for Christmas and I want to take them out for a really nice steak dinner. And then, since I stopped looking for the ladies, I need something to entertain me. So I really want to buy a PlayStation 5 with a couple new games. So if I can get those three goals, I'd be really excited. And 2022 would be an awesome year.
I think paying off your credit card debt is a great secondary goal, and also going to see your family for Christmas and saving for a PlayStation are fun goals you should be able to save for us too. I don't want you to just have no fun in life. I want you to be able to save for things that are important to you as well. Brett, it sounds like you have some really obtainable goals this year. I really feel like I can help you out. All right, the first thing you need to do is fill out your assets and liabilities page so we can see where you're starting.
So yeah, I don't have a lot of money in my checking account, but I was able to save $1,000 for my first emergency fund in January and February. So I was pretty proud of myself for that. And then the reason why I have a more expensive car is that my truck that I used to have broke down and I was able to fix it up a little bit, but I was like, you know what, this thing's just starting to cost me a lot of money. So it's like, let me trade it in. So in February, I traded it in to Planet Honda where I work and they gave me a sweet deal. So I ended up only having a $15,000 loan on it and they gave me a really good interest rate at 4%. So I'm not too really worried about that debt. I'll pay that over time. But I figured I would get a better car that's just better on gas and cheaper to repair and things like that. And as you can see here, my credit card debt, I have a Visa and a Discover and an American Express. I got roughly about $6,000 worth of debt on there. So that's about all my debt. My company offers a 401k match, so I started investing in that. I only do about a 3% there. So I'm hoping to improve that down the road as well.
All right, Brett, looking at your assets and liabilities, again, great job on saving for your emergency fund. That's a great start. And having a Honda Civic, that's going to be a great vehicle for saving you on gas and things like that. And also I see you're starting to invest in your work retirement account, so that's great job with that as well. As far as your debt goes, $6,000 isn't too bad. I think you'll be able to get that knocked out this year. One thing I'm going to maybe advise to you is looking at consolidating all this debt into one credit card. I'm going to be doing a video on that this Wednesday, so be sure to check that out to look at the credit card that might be able to help you out in this situation. Next, go to the goals and budgets page and fill out your fixed expenses that you have every month, and then go through it as well and fill out any variable expenses you have like groceries, fuel, dining out, and entertainment. I want you to guesstimate those variable expenses so we can see how far you are off once we fill out your monthly transactions.
So you can see on my goals and budgets page, I make about $5,300 every month, and about $1,200 of that goes into taxes. And then my utilities in my one-bedroom apartment are about $100 a month. My rent's $1,500 a month, which I think is kind of high, but you know, I live in a more high-cost neighborhood. And then my insurance is about $25 a month. My car payment's roughly about $276 a month. My gas is about $130 a month. Thank God I live close to work, so I don't drive that much. And then my insurance on that car is about $75 a month. And then I figure I spend spend about $300 on groceries, $50 on my phone bill, $50 on my internet. My health insurance and dental insurance come out of my paycheck. So that's about $125 a month. And then these are guesstimates here that you asked me to do. So dining out, I think I spent about $150 a month. Entertainment, about $50 a month. I do have Netflix and Spotify, so that's about the $30 a month there. And then I work out of the gym, so that's about $30 there a month.
And then once you're done with that, just go ahead and start filling out your monthly transactions from March 1st through the 15th. And then we'll compare to see how you're doing.
All right, Jamie, I did what you asked me. I filled out my transactions page. So you see here, I got paid $2,687 of my paycheck. And then here my federal taxes came out and my state income taxes came out. And then this is my 3% contribution to my 401k. And then I also have my $50 goes to my health insurance every paycheck and $12.50 to my dental insurance. And when I entered all that in, I thought it was really cool that all that the income went up here. It showed me how much money I put in my bank. And then as I started taking out the transactions, it took it out of here and showed me how much I had left over. So I thought that was really cool. And then I had to pay my rent, like I said, it's $1,500. My utilities were $98.75. I had to pay my Netflix subscription. It goes onto my credit card. So that was $14.73. And again, here I thought that was cool that it went up here and it showed me it went as a transaction. And then I had to pay my Verizon bill. That was $49.95. And then I had my first fill up at the gas station. That was $35.42. I used my credit card there. And then I went to King Soopers and bought some groceries. That was $77. And then I went out with my buddies to Chili's. We had a couple beers and had a burger. That was about $45. And then afterwards, we went to the movies. And then I went to Chipotle for lunch one day. That was $12. And then I went back to King Soopers, got some more groceries, about $57 there. And then I went out to a bar with my buddies, went drinking, started chasing the ladies again. I gotta get out of that. $55 there, a lot of money. And then we went bowling. That was $20. Again, that's why I gotta get that PlayStation. Stop spending money on those things. And then I went out, had to buy myself some new sneakers. That was $80. And then I had to fill up again. That was $27. And that was all my expenses for the first 14 days of the month.
All right, Brett, thanks so much for filling out your transactions page and your goals and budget page. Now let's take a look and see what we find here. So one thing I could see here is that your final balance in your checking account is going to be, after this paycheck, you have $377.42. But you spent on your credit card $435.51. So if you were to have 0 credit cards, you actually would have bounced on your checking account. So this is something we don't want to do. I want you to stop using your credit cards and start using your debit card and things like that going forward. So next time you get paid, I want you to just look at this area and your final balance, whatever you have there. If it's getting low, that means you need to stop spending your money. So I'll show you on the goals and budget page how it shows this as well. So as you're filling out your monthly transactions, you can just quickly go to your goals and budget page, go all the way down to the bottom where it says money left over. Here you'll see you have negative $77. That means you spent $77 more than you took home on your first 2 weeks of your paycheck. So I know this is why you came to me and you want to stop living paycheck to paycheck and you keep getting more credit card debt. So we're going to take a look at each of these transactions and see where you can maybe save some money. All right, the good news is you've only received half your income for the month, so you still got another $2,600 coming. Taxes will probably be about double of what this is, so that's fine. Your taxes should reach your goals there. You do have your rent paid, which is great, and your utilities paid. The only thing looks like left over is your house insurance. One of the goals I want you to write down is next time your lease comes up, look at maybe going into a 2-bedroom apartment and getting a roommate. Since you're single, this is something you could do and you could cut down your rent quite a bit if you do that. All right, on your auto expense, looks like we're halfway through the month and looks like you're doing good on your fuel. Still have to pay your car payment and your auto insurance. The only thing I'd tell you need to look at is maybe putting in a monthly amount for your car's registration, because that comes up every year. Could be $300 to $500. You don't want that surprise to hit you. Also, you're not budgeting anything for auto maintenance. So that's something I would look at budgeting for as well. On your personal expenses, looks like you're doing good on your groceries. Looks like your telephone's paid. You still have to pay your internet. Looks like your health insurance and other insurance will be taken care of on your next paycheck. But again, here you're not budgeting anything for clothing or medical expenses, things like that. So that's something I'd look at, maybe start budgeting every month for that as well. All right, now let's look at your discretionary spending. Looks like you're almost already at your monthly budget for dining out and entertainment. So I'd really cut back the rest of the month there. Looks like you still have your one subscription due, and your gym membership hasn't been paid yet either. Again, you say one of your goals is traveling to see your parents, and we don't have a travel budget. And same thing, you want to get a PlayStation, so we don't have any holidays and gifts budget. So we'll want to do that as well. I'll show you how to do that with your sinking funds towards the end of the month once we get the rest of the month done. Again, that just brings us down to the money left over. So after your next paycheck and you start entering your bills in, this is where we'll look at this and we'll start seeing where you can start putting some of the extra money towards your debt or where your other financial goals. So Brett, overall, great job for your first time doing this. Let's go ahead and have you fill out your next 2 weeks worth of transactions for the month. Then we'll meet up next Monday and look at where we're at and see what we can start paying off.
Hey, Jamie, thanks so much for your help today. I really appreciate it. I'm going to go ahead and take that advice and run with it, man. Thanks so much.
Thanks so much for watching. I'll be back next Monday for another budgeting video with myself and Brett. Hope you enjoyed it and have a great day. Oh, wait, what, Brett? What? Oh, you want to say a word before everybody leaves? Okay, 1 minute.
Hey, everyone, let's show Jamie some support by TNTing that like button. No, I don't mean blowing it up. I mean touching it, nudging it, or giving it a little tickle, just like the ladies like. Also, while you're down there, why don't you go ahead and subscribe to his channel and go ahead and leave him a comment on anything new you'd like to see. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next Monday.